In the mood for a fruit roll-up. Have no idea why. Fruit roll-ups. Good old fruit roll-ups. A VKM special. Oh, yeah. Look at that. All nice and fruity, just like Vince McMahon. Good old fruit roll-ups. Yes. Let's do it. How much fucking plastic is on this shit? Like a fucking Barbie doll. Our good old fashioned fruit roll-up. Okay, that's way too much to chew. I think I did this before and it was not a good idea. JR, this wasn't a good idea, man. I should probably put some of your barbecue sauce on this shit. What's up, everybody? Give me a second. I made a bad decision. I put a whole fruit roll-up in my mouth. Not good. All right. That was a bad idea. This was a train wreck already. It's like a raw show. No, seriously, I can't put it all. Hold on. Oh, boy. All right. We're good. That was fucking horrible. I may have to edit that out for the thousands coming in later. I may have to just start from here. Liv Morgan, bro. She did the deed last night, man. Liv Morgan. She showed everybody that didn't believe in her just why in the fuck they should have believed in her from the beginning. We always knew she had the skill. We always knew she had the talent. We always knew she had the drive. She just needed a chance. Vince never gave her that chance. You could say that about most of the roster, but Liv Morgan last night more than delivered. The finish of that match, that was Vince being Vince. The finish of that match was that ultra devastating, that awe-inspiring fruit roll-up that this company depends on so fucking much to try to protect motherfuckers. They try and protect people by giving them roll-ups. So what has happened, and you know what I'm about to say is more than truth. What happened to professional wrestling, at least for WWE, is we don't watch to see competition, to see who's going to win anymore. We don't tune in subconsciously to see who's better than the other person. Now we tune in to see who's going to outluck the other one. It's all about who's going to be more lucky. And that's why the fruit roll-up 2, 3, 4 times in one show, every show, that's why it's so bad. We no longer can commit to something because we know it ain't going to be about legit competition. It's not going to be about a legit winner and a loser. It's going to be about luck. All of these matches, it seems now, is just luck. I rolled you up, and it's just about a different variation. How is the next match going to come up with the next variation of a roll-up? But they're all a roll-up at the end of the day. You fight for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes, and it all ends at the very end. All of it was just for a fucking fruit roll-up. That's it. It's not about winning and losing via your signature finisher move. Back in the day, the DDT with Jake Roberts, or that side slam from the Big Boss Man, the press slam from the Ultimate Warrior, the leg drop from Hulk Hogan, the figure 4 from Ric Flair, the sharpshooter from Bret Hart, the Cobra Clutch from Sergeant Slaughter. Now, you can go fucking a generation past that, man, and go, or after that with the fucking Rock Bottom, the Stone Cold Stunner, the Pedigree, Sweet Chin Music, the Tombstone. Now I don't even know half, and I've been saying this for a year now, I don't know half the roster's finishers anymore. Nobody fucking is hitting it. Nobody's hitting any signature move to win matches anymore. It is all about who's going to outluck the other person. That's the game we're playing. And now we're seeing it in our main events of title matches, in the middle of shows, the main events of the show. This was a fruit roll-up in the main event with Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch that came a half an hour after a fruit roll-up from, who was it, the Street Profits? Or was it Alpha Academy and the Mysterios? Alpha Academy and the Mysterios a half an hour before Becky Lynch hit a fruit roll-up. That match ended in a fruit roll-up. Well, if you're seeing the same finish every fucking other match, are you really gonna ask the question, why are people not interested? Because could you imagine if every other match somebody was hitting Jake Roberts' DDT? Or somebody's sweet chin music to end the match? Nowadays you see 100,000 super kicks, but at least it's not to end the match. What if the tombstone was applied every other match? You'd probably start saying something, so why are we not more vocal about the fucking fruit roll-up? The whole company is doing the roll-up. That's a problem. Liv Morgan knocked it out of the park last night. Whether people want to believe it or not, that was the right call to have Becky keep the title. Why the fuck would you give that to Liv just to give it back to Becky by Royal Rumble? Maybe you have her keep her through day one, but at the Rumble, you have to give it back to Becky because Becky has to have it going into Mania. Mania is where Becky should be losing that son of a bitch. Who? Does Bayley come back? Do we do a little internal horseman shit and Bayley comes back as a face? She was doing so good as a heel. Do you give it back to Bianca Belair? Do you try to rectify that? Do you give it to Asuka? Asuka makes a lot of sense. She was already a face when she left. She comes back. She wants what was hers once. But at WrestleMania is where... So you can play hot potato with Liv. Did you want the big moment for Liv last night? Because I'm high on Liv. I love Liv. Liv knocked it out of the park last night. Never, not once did I think of Liv actually getting the championship until they really started pumping it up last night. But Liv can't get the belt because it's going right back to Becky. So the fact that Liv Morgan is getting this opportunity to showcase her talent in the main event, I loved it. But the fucking roll-up, and didn't Becky Lynch beat Charlotte Flair the same fucking way just a few weeks ago? And Bianca Belair the same fucking way. Or nearly. So what is the referee looking at? The referee last night, and you don't got to go back and watch, but you can, but I watched it 4 times for you. The referee, when he went into the pin last night, he went into the pin with his face to the mat. He played this off so horribly. As he's going down in position, he didn't even look at the shoulders or nothing. His face was immediately down into the mat because he knew it was coming, and he counted 1, 2, 3, and not once did he look over to the shoulders. Fuck the rope that Becky was holding on to. He not once looked at the fucking shoulders. He just stared at the mat. That's not realistic. Your one job as a referee at that point is count the fucking 3 count as properly as you've been trained. Nothing about that finish helped anybody. Nothing about that finish was realistic. Nothing about that finish was organic, original. Again, we saw it with Charlotte Flair and fucking Bianca before that. It's the same finish on repeat. It's on autopilot. So you want to say, well, sit back and relax and enjoy it. But if you're a critic or a reviewer of something, it's probably because you're passionate about it, right? If you review movies, it's probably because you love movies. If you review food and you're a critic of food, you probably love restaurants and food and ingredients and recipes, and you just love that shit. But if you go to a fucking establishment, a restaurant that's giving you a burger that you're critiquing, and you want it medium well, it's a shroom burger, a mushroom cheeseburger, right? And you got the fucking sauteed mushrooms on top of that creamy cheese that's drizzling over this juicy burger medium well. But you keep getting the overcooked burger. It's literally charcoal. It's not juicy because it's overcooked to charcoal status. The cheese can't even melt for some reason. I don't know if it's 3 days old. The mushrooms have fungus growing on it, so you critique it poorly. You want to wait for that meal to get better. So you're going to re-critique it. You're going to re-review it. and you get the same thing a week later and it's the same exact way, you're gonna fucking critique it the same way. You're not gonna have the chef come out and say, well, if you don't like it, don't eat it. No, you love food. You want this to work. It's your job at that point, your responsibility to critique it, review it for everybody that might come to that restaurant and have to suffer that meal, who might pay money to buy that overcooked catastrophe that is a mushroom cheeseburger. It's your responsibility. That's what your job as the reviewer is. If you don't like it, don't eat it. No, that doesn't cut it. It's not that simple, because you're doing a disservice to all the customers, the patrons that come into that restaurant. Well, for WWE, it's the same fucking thing. If you think I'm just going to stop watching it because little Timmy and little Jerry told BC to stop watching it, so I don't talk bad about it, talk mean about it, nah, not going to happen. Not in a million fucking lifetimes. Oh, you bet your ass I'm going to critique it hardcore until shit changes. Don't like it, don't watch. How do you fucking watch that finish? The match was decent. 15 fucking minutes. Liv Morgan was on fire in a high pressure situation, and she knocked it out of the park 4 times over. We'll get to it more, man. We're going to go over that, the title match. Becky keeps her championship. We're going to talk more about Liv Morgan. The first hour of the show, we're not going to go over, because you guys should know by now, we went live yesterday. A live stream to go over that first hour. Pretty badass. And we fucking rocked it out live, man. My live reaction to the entire first hour is up on the channel, so go check that out. This is only going to be hour number 2 and hour number 3. So Kevin Owens, Big E, Steel Cage, Bobby Lashley coming back, Seth Rollins interfering. That's already been covered. So we're going to go over the next 2 hours right now, man. And by the way, man, if you guys are lost with Christmas ideas for maybe a family member or a good buddy of yours, right? And all the men in your life, dude, the fucking, the alpha men especially, they like to get around barbecue, the fucking toolkit's out, man, and they're fixing shit. JR's barbecue sauce, man. It's a great idea, man. It is great on not just barbecue. You can put this shit on just about anything that restaurant could desperately need for their shroom burger. You can put this shit on anything. It's not just, you go to jarsbarbecue.com, man, it's not just the sauce. You also got the seasoning, the all-purpose seasoning. You can put that shit on just about anything as well, from pastas to burgers to any other meat. JR's barbecue sauce, man. It's a gift idea that keeps fucking giving. Check it out, man. And you're supporting somebody who's really vital to the wrestling community that could really use all the support in the world right now, man. Jim Ross, who's going through some tough times, man. And every time, his whole career, his whole life has been one obstacle after another, and he keeps persevering. He puts his head down and he just does what needs to be done to get through the obstacles. It's fucking insane, bro. So Jim Ross is the man. And I saw some fucking, who's that? Chilling with Char. Thank you for those prayer emojis, guys. I didn't even ask you to do that. Thank you for showing that support to Jim Ross, man. That support is gladly needed. And he needs to know that even in his time of needing people to support him, man, business is still picking up. So go over to that website, buy somebody that you love for Christmas some JR's products, man. He's got the sauce, the all-purpose seasoning. He's got the mustards over there. He's got autographed merch. It's all over there, man. So support Jim Ross, dude. This shit is awesome, man. Check this out, man. Look at this. I can't wait to crack this one, man. I've already had it in the past. I love it. I've already gone through like maybe 12 of these. Bro, come on. Look at the size of that, man. You know you just want to cook up some fucking ribs right now. You know that shit. Oh, and by the way, as I said, man, all the all-purpose seasoning as well, dude. Jim Ross is all, I don't know if you guys can see that, man. That's good old Jim Ross right there, brother. Yeah. So, yeah, bro. Support Jim Ross, man. He is the shit. We love Jim Ross, man, even when he steps away from that booth, which I do believe is going to be sooner than later. He's still going to be a vital part backstage, man, helping that AEW talent out. So thank you all you guys, man, for showing that love over to Jim Ross. Again, head over to his site as well and pick up your loved ones. Or even the ladies, man. The ladies, man, they'll crack down some fucking ribs too, man. They'll put that shit. They'll break it out, man. That's when you know you got a keeper. Had to get the hot coffee, man. This is my third one. That's why I was even later than usual today, man. That line was huge. People wanted their coffee today. All right, let's rock this shit, man. Hold on. Whoa. Slow the fuck down, BC. BC. Yo, Trev Reigns, I got you, dog. Look at Trev Reigns, the first one in this bitch with a Superman for BC. Holla at your boy BC. But BC is saying holla at your boy Trev. Trev says the awe-inspiring, ultra-devastating Farouk roll-up has to be the most overused finish in WWE. Right? Is that how Michael Cole says it? WWE? Has to be the most overused finish in WWE. Nobody does finishers anymore. It's ridiculous. Trev Reigns, that was part of my cold open, man. It's sad that we watch WWE just to see who was gonna be more lucky than the other person, right? They can battle, they can go to war, and when it's all said and done, it doesn't even matter because somebody just got lucky. And Vince thinks that's gonna protect somebody else, right? That's actually gonna protect the person losing. It's making everybody look like a fucking idiot, bro. Trev Reigns, you do have an idea. It's your super. You know what's up, Trev Reigns. You the man, dude. Thank you. Much love and respect over to Trev Reigns, who, by the way, is a tried and true of this channel. So, Trev Reigns, you rock, dog. Put him up. Yeah, Trev Reigns. And Christopher Blackshear. Christopher. That's old school Sopranos, man. Christopher. That's how Tony used to talk to Christopher Moltisanti. Christopher says 12-6-4. Trish versus Lita ended with a moonsault and Lita becoming a champ. 12-6-21. Lynch versus Liv ends with Bex retaining via a Farouk roll-up. Yeah, Christopher brings up a good point, man. How long ago? What was that? 17 years? 17 years ago, on that very night, last night, 17 years ago, Trish Stratus took on Lita in the first ever women's main event on Raw, I believe, Christopher. Am I right? I believe that's correct. I think that was the first ever women's main event from Monday Night Raw, Trish Stratus versus Lita, man. And here we are 17 years to the date. And I love how Liv Morgan put that up, that comparison on her social, and Trish Stratus actually responded and said, this time the blonde will win. Unfortunately, that was not the case, but Christopher, good call, brother. Thank you for the fucking coffee, dude. Christopher up in this bitch. You the man, Christopher. And Bakayuka. That's gotta be a wrestling name, bro. Bakayuka, you better be training, bro. Heading down the aisle, Bakayuka. Bakayuka 5-Spot Coffee, VKM, and Brucey. Definitely knew you only cover the first hour of Raw, which we didn't get to see any fruit roll-ups till you stopped the live reaction stream, right? The second I stopped the stream, all hell broke loose. Fucking Nick Khan is getting word to fucking Johnny Laurinaitis. Laurinaitis is radioing to Brucey. Brucey is radioing into Kevin Dunn. Kevin Dunn is radioing to Vince McMahon. Fucking Triple H is fucking hobbling along at home. Beasley is off the stream. Beasley is off the stream. We can now go to roll-up mode. Initiating roll-up mode. Distribution of roll-ups. Distribution. Roll-ups. Distribution. Roll-ups. Who is that? Fucking Bakayuka, no doubt, bro. Can I have your attention, please, WWE officials? Beasley has indeed left the building. Beasley has left the building. Bakayuka. Yo, Not Puffy, how you doing, bro? Not Puffy's up in this bitch. Roll-ups really piss me off. They make others weak. It makes everybody just look like an idiot, like a clown, Not Puffy. No question, brah. No question, man. It just makes everybody look like a fucking idiot. Not even just weak, but you're right, Not Puffy. Just fucking dumb. And when every other match seems to be a roll-up, where's the intrigue, man? I mean, how do you not go into a match now? If you're a wrestler and we want to believe this, how do you not go in just like spending all your training on defending the roll up? Like in any scenario, how to get your shoulder up just a centimeter. I just watched an incredible movie. I mean, incredible. It's got, you know, Aquafina. And it's got some other dude who's actually a stuntman in real life. I forgot the name of it, but it's a Chinese movie that is just incredible, man. I loved it. It's funny. It's fucking insanely badass. I think it's from Marvel. And it's just amazing to see how, like, ninjas are training nonstop 24/7. Yeah, what is it, guys? Shang-Chi? I think that's exactly what it's called. Yeah, I think you guys got it. It's amazing, man. And I just love Aquafina. She's an amazing talent, an amazing actress. So they're like ninjas and they're training to get to like fucking get out of any situation. And here I am watching these trained professional athletes and they cannot get their shoulder just a little bit off the canvas. I'm not saying you gotta be a damn ninja. Shit, Ninja Tozawa can't even escape the fruit roll-up. But damn, it's like, what if you just put all of your training into this one motherfucking thing? What if? What the fuck got me going on that? Yeah, not puffy. 100%, bro. Could not agree more. The fruit roll-up does nothing but make you look weak, make you look fucking dumb. Like a fucking jackass, if you think about it. So, hour number 2 begins. And again, if you're wondering, BC, why you starting with hour number 2, it's because I put up a live stream with my live reactions of hour number 1 yesterday. So check that out, brah. Thousands of you have already caught it. So I appreciate it. But I know there's still some that probably didn't. So check that out. We're going to start at hour number 2. And this is the RK Bronament. A fucking tournament for the tag division that RK Bro came up with. It's all the matches we've already seen before because it's a non-existent tag division. So, of course, we've already seen every fucking match 76 times already. And we're just past the brand split fucking draft. So now we're going to have a tournament just to see all these matches again. As long as we put a funky name on it, we're good. This match was the Street Profits versus AJ Styles and Omos. Now, the Profits defeat Styles and Omos by, you ready for this? It wasn't a roll-up. No, it was a count-out. The dreaded count-out now. That seems to be a new thing that WWE is leaning on more than ever. It seems that there's more than ever fuck finishes. I'm okay with fuck finishes at times because they hold weight. They're how you progress certain shit. They are, at times, how you protect individuals. Again, when you overdo it, like this was not the only count out in this show. We're going to go over another one later in the night for the women's division. When we get to a drop of dew. So that's what I mean. When you have multiple finishes of the same variety or lack thereof on every given show, people are going to remember that subconsciously, man. They're going to throw that idea right out the window. They're going to reject that idea. Anyway, Street Profits defeat Styles and Omos. You can chalk up another loss for AJ Styles. One of the best wrestlers in the world collects another fucking loss. Another L. And again, this is a count out. And man, this tag tournament is fucking electrifying, bro. If I can say so myself, it's my show. I definitely can. This tournament is fucking electrifying so far. This is an electrifying tournament, man. A count-out fucking 3-minute match. Earlier in hour number 1, we had a fucking 4 or 5-minute match. It's amazing. Post-match, Riddle goes on some weird newscaster, news reporter shtick. He's got this old-school 1985 Vince McMahon jacket on. He's in the middle of the ring. He's saying a lot of words to I don't even know who. I don't know what the guy's saying. I honestly don't know what he's talking about, but Memphis, Tennessee, was so confused that they just went silent. I believe that was nap time for them. That was like if your parents were to tell you a story before bedtime when you were younger. Basically, Riddle was putting everybody to fucking sleep. Back in my day, when I was growing up, my dad went to get milk. He never came back. And that's when I met Randy. and Randy became my new daddy. And by then, Memphis is fucking sound asleep. This tournament is nothing but a joke, but at least it exposes how sad the tag division is, has been, and with no light at the end of the tunnel, will continue to be. It is a non-existent, irrelevant, and uber redundant tag division. Believe that, playa. Obviously, you're being too mean, man. I know. What do you want me to do? I'm being honest here, brah. Fucking being honest. What do you mean too mean? Why does nobody ever just say, BC, you're being too truthful, man? No, it's always I'm being mean because I'm fucking calling it how I see it. But how is this tournament anything special to you? How did you fucking get giddy over this? I don't know how people are still getting excited for RK Bro. This shtick is far played out. Outstayed its welcome. Randy Orton and AJ Styles in 2022 better be top of the food chain. They better be having some amazing storylines because did you see what they just did for this company? In 2021, two of the best wrestlers in the world, Randy Orton and AJ Styles, just played around in tag teams. Damian Priest is up next, a U.S. title open challenge. Oh, yeah. Wow, an open challenge. I remember when they used to be exciting, right? Somebody would come out and you'd be like, damn. You'd always be wondering, right? It would be a game of who's it gonna be? And we'd start wondering, who could it be? You know, is it gonna be somebody on the roster that's finally gonna fucking jumpstart something? Is it gonna be someone we haven't seen in a while? And here comes fucking Bob Roode last night. And this isn't even shade to Bob Roode. But if you don't book Bob Roode to be anybody that we care about for the last 2 years, then why would we care about him now? You just plucked him out of nowhere. And now we're supposed to go, yeah, Bob Roode, who's in a tag team right now. He's in a tag team with Ziggler. Still irrelevant as fuck, but a tag team nonetheless. This is why booking matters. If you asked who got excited when Bob Roode answered the open challenge, you'd get 100% unanimous response of fucking nobody, bro. Nobody got excited when they saw Bob Roode come down the aisle. Bob Roode's most diehard of fans even said, well, that's a loss in 4 minutes. It was actually more than 4 minutes at least. Was it with no entrance? I didn't even have that in my note. Who was that? DeMonte. Was that no fucking entrance? Wait, so they had an open challenge, Damian's in the ring, and when they came back, Bob Roode was already in the fucking ring? Is that what DeMonte is telling me? Go, DeMonte. It's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday, and we don't give a fuck. You tell me, DeMonte. That's what fucking happened? Damn, bro. So you didn't even get the excitement to see who the fuck was going to answer it. They just fucking started the bell when they came back from commercial. That is so fucking bad, bro. Oh my God. That just got even worse. That wasn't even in my fucking notes. Anyway. Wow. That's a whole nother level of bad then. How the fuck are we getting excited over Bob Roode versus Damian? You know the fucking outcome. Priest defeats Roode via the Reckoning at the 8-minute mark. Match was actually good. BC's not surprised because Bobby Roode isn't actually a damn good professional wrestler. You probably wouldn't know that because Vince doesn't allow you to know that. So the match was good. I just wish we cared about it. It's the thing, man. Pro wrestling is based on matches we should give a shit about, even if it's a jobber match. You still are intrigued to see wrestler A beat the shit out of wrestler B, right? That's why Lee Moriarty versus CM Punk didn't work. Last week's Dynamite just didn't work. It's because it was elevated jobber status. It wasn't a straight jobber match. If you just saw CM Punk do all his big moves and wreck fucking dipshit Dugenheimer in 4 minutes, 3 minutes, that's fun. That's engaging. But when you see this fucking mid-level dude beat the shit out of CM Punk for fucking 8-9 fucking minutes, and then Punk at the end finally like pulls out of it, sweating, fatigued, and he's going into a pay-per-view match now with fucking MJF. So that fucking 10-11 minute match, you better fucking give MJF now 20-21 minutes. It doesn't work. You're a jobber match or you're not. I say the same thing with WWE. It's the same fucking thing. This isn't a jobber match. It's Bob Roode and Damian Priest with no care. There's no reasoning for it. There's no care. You'll care more about a straight jobber match than Bob Roode versus Damian Priest or Lee Moriarty versus CM Punk. You just will. Maybe you're a special cat. I love it, basically. I love Bob Roode and Damian. I love Lee Moriarty and CM. All right, then you're a rare fucking breed. Congratulations. The majority of wrestling fans need to care about what they're watching. Reasoning behind it. Some suspense. Some excitement. Has to be. So Bob Roode takes the fucking L. We knew he was going to take the fucking L. That was fucking known. Bianca Belair is out next, playing to the home crowd of Memphis. A drop of dew attacks her from behind in the aisleway during Bianca's entrance. We go to break. Back from break, we get a 12-minute match. The drop of dew putting in the work. And in fact, she literally, man, Belair got her ass whooped for 10 out of those 12 minutes. And you heard me twice use the word literally. I would say 10 out of the 12 minutes were basically Dewdrop beating the shit out of Bianca Belair. In fact, Belair got crushed not once, not twice, not 3, 4 fucking times. Belair got crushed last night. Crushed. Now, I believe fucking Belair, she's billed at 165 pounds, and I believe the drop of dew is billed at 209 pounds. So they only have, billed anyway, supposedly 40 pounds of difference, but that's 40 fucking pounds. And she got straight crushed. The drop of dew did not hold back. The drop of dew was splashing the fuck out of Bianca Belair. She was trying to squash the muscles straight out of her. When I say crushed, I mean crushed. I didn't know if Belair still had a fucking pulse out of at least 3 of that 4. The match ends with the drop of dew walking out of the match and getting counted out. I told you guys earlier that the tag team match, the tag team tournament that ended in a count out with AJ Styles and Omos getting defeated via count out. That wasn't the only one, man. Here's the drop of dew also getting counted out. Because she just walked away. That was weird. It looked planned so they can continue this. At first I thought, did she just duck out because she couldn't take the KOD? Because if you see earlier in the match, she headbutts Belair and then she starts holding her head like she actually hit her head. Then she goes to do that somersault like Kevin Owens does in the corner, where she just does like a flip. And guys, she just went face first into the canvas. She didn't even do a flip. I was hoping she wasn't fucking like fucked up. Like Fubar, fucked up beyond repair. Fucked up beyond recognition. Because Dewdrop got fucked up, man. She went to do the somersault. Bianca moved. And she just face planted. It looked like her whole fucking neck kind of crumbled. Man, it did not look good, guys. It didn't look good at all. And then a few seconds later, she was put up in the KOD, and then she just kind of hooked the rope with her foot, and she bailed out, and she took off. It's very odd, man. So I do hope that she's good. I believe that it was all planned to get it to the next step, but if you go back and watch the end sequence, you could easily believe, if it comes out to be, that they just called an audible. Because she was taking some headshots there, man. First the headbutt, and then fucking going face first into the corner. But I think that was, I do think it was planned, though. Which is just, It's another count out, man. Bianca got her ass whooped, so I guess you could say it looks Doudrop, makes the drop of Doudrop look good. But the second she starts getting beat up a little bit, then she runs away. I don't know if this helps Doudrop in the long run. It's just odd booking, man. That's WWE's MO. Bianca Belair, man, she's picking up Doudrop, and you're thinking, oh shit, but you know she can because this is somebody who once ran with Otis on her back. I don't know if you guys ever caught that. She ran with Otis, bro. Otis, of course she could pick up the drop of Dough. Bianca Belair is freaky strong. Freaky strong. Next up, we got... Oh, hold on. Before we continue with we're still on hour number 2, I believe still, guys. We still have or no, we're going to hour 3. Hour 3, Miz TV. So we're actually going to hour number 3. Hold on. I saw a fucking couple of my supers, man, my VIPs, namely Pimp Jesus up in this motherfucker with that 5-spot pimp. Back again, dumbfounded nonsense. It's a shame that we got to gather and talk about these shows the way that we do, but if we're dropping truth, you know how we do, Pimp Jesus. I appreciate the support, dude. It's just good to have people like Pimp Jesus up in here that know the deal, man. We ain't just being negative to be negative. We want this shit to be better. But yeah, you said it best, man. Back again, dumbfounded nonsense. I think dumbfounded's the perfect word, Pimp Jesus. We're about to get into hour number 3. Good to have you up in here, man. Danny Green. Yo, Danny, good to see Danny Green up in here, man. 449 popping in to drop a coffee to BC. Thank you, Danny. We'll catch the stream later. No doubt Raw was awful awful, but I'll see if I missed anything. Check you later. Danny Green, this will be up later on, so do what you got to do. Go to work. Fucking take care of the errands. Danny, this will be up later on the channel, man. So thank you for dropping that up live and throwing BC a coffee. And thank you for coming back later and trusting BC for all the info, man. Thank you for trusting BC to tell you if this was good or not to watch. Unfortunately, I don't think you missed a lot. I would go back and watch the Liv Morgan Becky Lynch match, but just brace yourself for the finish because you know how it's going to end, Danny Green. Appreciate it, brother. And I think I saw Papo. Hold on. I think Papo Jr. just flashed up in fucking green here. Hold on. Maybe I'm seeing shit. I've been doing a lot of live streams lately. Nah, Papo Jr. 199 JR's barbecue giveaway. Salute Amp Unit in BC. Yeah, we don't do any prize giveaways or anything like that, man. BC don't have the time to do all that shit, but definitely get your Christmas presents, man. JR's all-purpose seasoning. Get your fucking JR's barbecue sauce. If you don't know what to get people for Christmas, man, your fucking fathers, your stepfathers, your uncles, your grandfathers, your boys, JR's barbecue, man. It's the ultimate alpha product. There's no way, man. It's the gift that keeps giving, brah. By the king of the slobberknocker call, Jim Ross, man. Let's make sure that Jim Ross knows in his time of need that business is still picking up. Papo Jr. Good to see Papo up in here, man. I thought I saw Papo Jr.'s name pop up in highlight. Fuck yeah, bro. No matter how bad Raw is, man, my amp unit comes ready to rock. So we go with Miz TV next, man. Miz comes out with no Maurice. No offense, Miz. BC was highly disappointed at the absence of that fine piece of fuck, yeah? But Miz does address Maurice's absence by totally shitting on Memphis. He says, do you really think she'd come to Memphis? Miz then introduces his guest, Adam Copeland. Edge, sure enough, Alter Bridges' Metalingus starts playing, fucking blasting throughout the arena. And Edge is fired up, man. He's revved up. He's getting in fucking Section's face on the rampway. He's revving motherfuckers up. I mean, Edge still brings electricity like the newer kids. All the newer roster, they can't even touch Edge's fucking is fire. His electricity, man. His passion, his amplification. Edge can't even... I mean, these people can't even touch Edge, bro. It's amazing. You know, we all say, oh, the part-timers, the old guys. You know, we shit on Goldberg every which way possible because it's justified. I mean, this dude keeps coming back, straight in the title matches, ruining wrestlers in the process, and you can't just blame him. It's Vinnie Mac making the call and paying him all that money. But it's absolutely fucking ludicrous. But if you think about the energy that Goldberg brings, I mean, the amplification, the passion, this dude knocks himself out sometimes. That's how passionate this dude is. That's how much energy Goldberg is bringing. Edge is a fucking maniac when he steps through the curtain. I miss that shit, bro. Back in the day, they all used to be that way. Now, they were all doing some extracurricular activity. The Warriors, the Savages, the Hogans, the Pipers, the Flairs. But whatever they were on, they were bringing that fucking passion, that amplification. It was fun. Man, wrestlers today, they're like a carbon copy of one another being shipped out of the fucking Amazon fulfillment center. One box after the other being shipped out for fucking delivery. Here's another wrestler, black boots, black trunks. This one gets left elbow pad, next gets right elbow pad. Subject 465 gets black gloves. Everybody gets the roll-up finish. You get the Mattel figures, they're action figures, and when it says finisher move, they all have roll-up. Fruit roll-up. They all have the fucking fruit roll-up. Man, Edge. So yeah, anyway, that's my side rant on Edge, bro. Edge is still bringing that fucking fire like nobody else. You gotta love that. At first they actually have a cordial conversation, both seated and dropping truth. Miz hits Edge hard and says, I don't need your kindness now. I could have used it back when I was getting kicked out of locker rooms, which wasn't because I was eating chicken, by the way. No, it's because everyone knew I had that it factor. But instead, you treated me like a nobody, fresh off the real world. Just because I came off of a reality show, I was treated differently. So right out of the gate, Miz is addressing something that seems to have been festering for years. This came off so much better than last week. Last week's face-to-face between Edge and Miz seemed to have been just a counter to AEW's promo between CM Punk and MJF. And it just came off just not believable, a little bit forced even. This one, we're starting to tell an actual storyline here, man. This week, more story was told. Miz took us back to his rookie years, how Edge wasn't there for him, how Edge didn't have his back in the locker room. And all these years now, Miz did not forget that. It actually just boiled up in him for over years now. And Edge responds saying, I did pull you aside, Miz, several times. I tried to give you advice, but you never wanted to hear it. You thought you always had the answers. You may not want to hear this, Miz, but you're an asshole. Loved it. Edge is like, bro, this beef is unjustified because I tried to talk to you back in the day. You just were that punk kid that everybody called you. You were the ass that didn't want to take the advice. A little bit of story unfolding. See, why didn't you just do this last week? No, instead, they wanted to play off of MJF and CM Punk because they wanted to strike while the iron was hot. You can strike while the iron is hot, but do it on your own accord. Come up with your own creative shit. There's a lots of story you could tell with Miz and Edge. They've been in this fucking company 15 plus, 20 plus for Edge. There's a lot of story you can grasp into, man. Jump into. Get your feet wet. Go in head first. And have fun with it. So I understand a lot of people still may not be into this right now, and that's cool. That's on your own accord, and it's in the eye of the beholder, man. Maybe you'll get into it. Maybe you just won't feel Miz and Edge. I don't mind this feud at all, especially if you're going to bring in Maurice and bring in Beth Phoenix. I could be down with this, man. And I like all the individuals participating in this shit. But tell your own story. And I like how they're starting to at least do that, man. Tell your own story. Don't tell MJF and CM Punk's story. That's theirs. So I don't mind this at all, man. This was actually better than last week. The segment ends with Edge. Basically, Miz is talking about day one and them competing. So Edge is like, is that a challenge? And Miz is like, no, but make no mistake, I'm not afraid of you. So Edge throws like a half punch and Miz gets scared enough to get dropped on his ass with no contact whatsoever. Miz just falls on his ass. And Edge just goes, not afraid, huh? And he walks off. So this, of course, is Edge trying to get Miz to just shut up and face him at the day one pay-per-view on January 1st, 2022. So they could settle their beef between the two in that ring. No more words between the two. And Miz is going to prolong this, obviously. So, I mean, I didn't have a real problem. I wish that ended a little bit more cooler, but whatever, man. I mean, at least the story is starting to be told a lot better, man. Or at least told at all. Last week, the story that was told was because Edge named a list of people. He asked everybody, all his Edge heads, who they want to see him face when he comes back. And he named this list of people, and Miz wasn't on the list. Well, that's the same fucking thing that MJF told Punk why he has beef. Because Punk said before he got the AEW all the names he wanted to face, and MJF was off the list. Don't tell their story, bro. Tell your own. This time they did that. So, good shit, man. Or at least okay shit. Steps in the right. I always tell you guys, man, there's so many problems with this company. Baby steps. Let's go on with the oh no, the RK Bronament, man. Here comes another fucking tag team tournament. Here we go. Oh, I said there was a tag team tournament match in the first hour. No, I think the AJ Styles Omos one with the Street Profits was the first one of the night. Mysterio's Alpha Academy was the second and final one of the night. So there was not one in the first hour, I believe. So I wanted to correct something from earlier. Hold on. I saw some highlights come up, man. Some VIPs. Hold on. Who is it? Who is it up in here? Carlos! 5 Spot Coffee. Carlos was quiet fucking, Carlos was late. 5 Spot. BC, how you doing? Sorry I'm late. Salute. It's all good, Carlos, man. Salute. You just being up in here, man, is cool, man. Carlos, BC was mad late, bro. I actually went for another hot coffee. I got a little greedy. I thought I had enough time, and the line was fucking monstrous. So, Carlos, it's one of those late days, bro. Just being up in here, smashing that up and throwing BC a coffee, bro. Carlos! Carlos! I love giving Carlos the fucking, the Howard Finkel. Thank you, Carlos. I thought I saw a highlight up in there. Oh, and Ashley got it highlighted as well, man. $8.99. I see Ashley Steggles up in this motherfucker. 2 BC live streams in one day. Who's causing all of this? Damn, us AMP unit members in the UK are lucky as fuck. 1 a.m. for the live reaction, and now. And, oh shit, so that was 1 a.m. when I put up that first hour live reaction last night? Ashley Steggles is a fucking star, brother. Rock star status. Ashley, thank you for staying up late with the Ant-Man, man. Or being up early, however you look at it. And then Ashley Steggles comes right back for the review, bro. Fuck yeah. And it's 3, Ashley, within the last 48 hours. Because we also did the NXT live reaction for more than half of that event. Ashley Steggles, I appreciate it, dude. Hold on, let me go back to my the review here. We weren't done with hour number 3. Hold on now. Mysterio's in Alpha Academy. In the RK Bronament. Oh, fuck, man. I can't believe we actually have to call it this. Match time clocked in at 2.5 minutes. I'm going to say that again for those in the fucking back. 2.5 fucking minutes. Otis never even got in the match. Gable attempts a moonsault. That's right. I'm going to say that again. Gable never even got in the match because, again, it's only 2.5 minutes. You can't have all 4 of them in there unless it's a tornado. So Gable attempts a moonsault. Dominic Mysterio moves out of the way and subsequently hits Chad Gable with the most devastating move that I can possibly remember in the last 5 years in pro wrestling. And that is, of course, the awe-inspiring, ultra-devastating Fruit Roll-Up. Chad Gable gets hit with another Fruit Roll-Up. This one is by Dominic Mysterio. So the latest award participant and recipient is Chad Gable. He wins the latest Fruit Roll-Up award, guys. So this goes to Chad Gable. He wins the Fruit Roll-Up. Now, hold on. For everybody that recently went to the market to purchase all your fruit to throw at Vince McMahon, hold on. You guys are already throwing your fruit at Vince McMahon. I just want you to know, I don't know how much fruit you bought at the market. There's another Fruit Roll-Up coming up in the main event. We're going to get to that in a few minutes. So you may want to save some of your fruit. You're going to waste all your fruit that you got from the market on Chad Gable. But Chad Gable gets a Fruit Roll-Up. Congratulations to Chad Gable, the latest to be pinned by the most wussiest move in sports entertainment. Here you go, Chad. Oh, shit. Chad Gable just got knocked out by the roll-up. I did not mean that. That got way more height than it was supposed to. Sorry, Chad. Chad. Otis, can you make sure he's all right? The fucking roll-up. We went too high, nailed him right on the top of the head. Thank you, Otis. Otis! Looking good, man. You losing some weight? Fuck yeah, bro. Otis, man. Otis, put the fucking fruit roll-up down, bro. I said help Chad Gable, not eat the roll-up. Fucking Otis, bro. Anyway, there's another one coming up. Don't waste all your fruit on this one. But Gable was pinned by Dominic Mysterio, man. What a fucking tournament we got. This is what I meant earlier when I said the first match in the first hour. I meant the third hour match. The first match went 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, and it ended in a count out. Styles and Omos got counted out. And then this fucking one, the second match in this supposed tournament, this one ends in 2.5 minutes via a fruit roll-up. Oh yeah, this tournament, bro. This tournament is fucking amazing. How does this not get you giddy, bro? Monday Night Raw's amazing. Fucking fruit roll-up. Finn Balor then defeats T-Bar in a 2-minute match. Yeah, I said a 2-minute match. Finn Balor defeats T-Bar. Balor hits coup de grace. This is huge for Balor because he was a little bit on a losing streak as of late. So this victory was much needed, to say the least. T-Bar, on the other hand, another 2-minute loss. I just feel bad for Dominik Dijakovic. I really do. I really feel bad for that dude, and I can say that for so many people on the roster, but Dominik Dijakovic especially, I just feel bad for this dude. Personified next level status. Because, I mean, you see what he was, man, and to see his booking, I'm surprised he lasted this long, but I'm not. You see Karrion Kross and Keith Lee get released, but not somebody like T-Bar, and that obviously tells you because T-Bar's contract wasn't as big as theirs. So they're going to keep him around, they'll job him out. But man, the guy's got so much more talent than they give him any credit for. Whoa, before... Oh, yeah. I didn't even get to that yet. So T-Bar just loses like that, man. Dominik Dijakovic, I feel so bad for that dude. Post-match, Austin Theory continues his quest to impress Vincent Kennedy McMahon, and he does such by attacking Balor after his victory. Theory wrecks Balor and then selfies so the moment can be relived with Mr. McMahon. So he beats the shit out of him, and then he fucking selfies with him. Selfies the beatdown. And then you know him and Vince McMahon are gonna fucking twiddle each other's fruit roll-ups while watching it. I don't know what McMahon's a weird dude. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Back in the day, I heard stories when he would lock himself in his office with these young dudes. I would just feel bad for the young dudes, man. Go into that office with great hesitancy. Be recording on that phone. Because I just would not trust that shit. I'm just going to leave it at that. McMahon literally looks at this dude too and says, he literally says, why don't you try impressing me? Can you do anything that'll impress me? Let's see if you can do anything that impresses me. This is so wrong on so many fucking levels, brah. What is Vinnie Mac saying, brah? Come on, brah. Damn. It's weird shit, man, with this whole Vince and Austin Theory thing. Hold on. Main event's up next, man. We got to talk about it. Talked about it a little bit in the cold open. Got to talk about it now. Hold on. A couple more fucking VIPs just came in. I got up top. My VIPs come first, man. Ashley Steggles with another 179 says, oh, yeah, I was a part of the NXT reaction also. So Ashley caught all three of them. Ashley Steggles was there for the NXT reaction, the hour 1 of Raw last night's reaction, and the whole Raw review, hour 2, hour 3 for this morning. Ashley Steggles, when I say tried and true, that's what I'm talking about. Not missing a vid. Fuck yeah, bro. Salute to Ashley. And Jeffrey Ross with a $4.99. What's up, BC? What up, Jeffrey? What up, BC? Haven't caught a live in a minute since the Ember release. I checked out of wrestling for a while, but I've been leaving likes. Red team, go! That's what I love to hear, Jeffrey, man. Even when Jeffrey just needs a mental break from pro wrestling, just get away for a second, Jeffrey still pops into BC's channel just to leave a fucking up, bro. Jeffrey, I love hearing that, man. You rock. To take a fucking moment to do that shit and then get BC a coffee for screaming for an hour, 2 hours. Jeffrey, man, much love and respect, dude. Red team go personified. And then Jay with $4.99, a coffee to BC, says, hey, BC, were you ever a fan of The Shield? I did like a lot of their work, more so when they originated. Once they started going into that diluted version with Dean Ambrose's exit, that was all just a marketing farce to try to suck every penny Vince McMahon could out of his audience, when he still cared about sucking every penny out of his audience. Now he doesn't give a fuck, man. Networks and streaming services are giving him billions. Countries are giving him tens of millions of dollars. We're peanuts to Vince now. But around that time, he was still trying to get every penny out of us, right? Peacock had not purchased the network yet, so he still wanted pay-per-view buys. But before that, Jay, absolutely, man. Shield came in and you said all three of these dudes have potential. You looked at Roman when he broke in. You looked at Rollins, the architect. You look at fucking Dean Ambrose and you said, uh-oh, they're pretty fucking legit. They're pretty badass. I don't think Cena did them a lot of help or favors. But you could say that with a lot of people that Cena was in the path of. And feuds with like Ryback. And things like that. I don't know, man. But when they originated, they were pretty fucking badass, actually. So I hope that helps, man. At different pockets in time, yeah, I was behind the Shield. As far as, knowing what they could do in the business, no doubt. I think I got that, man. I think I got everybody for now. If I missed anybody, I'll get the final list at the end of this, I assure you. But I do want to talk the main event because this was Liv Morgan going for the championship, the Raw Women's Championship that Becky Lynch currently holds. They played a video package before the match of Liv's story to get where she is now, the struggles growing up, even an interview with her own mother. And reenactments of Liv when she was younger, watching professional wrestling, making a WWE title, WWF title back then, the Women's Championship. They were reenactments like you would see on a fucking reenactment show. I mean, they put a lot of time and energy, which is what I always say WWE never does in anything they do. They put a lot into this. So, I mean, you got a real sense that Vince may actually be putting the title on Morgan last night. On the surface, you're thinking, nah, never gonna happen. Becky's easily gonna walk away with the title, right? That's what we're originally thinking. But all of this build-up for Morgan, you started to ask yourself, what if? Don't lie, man. You started to ask yourself, damn. They started showing you the tweet between Trish Stratus and Liv Morgan. We heard Sean Ross Sapp broke out to the majority of us that hours before the event, Vince McMahon swapped the main event. It was supposed to be Kevin Owens versus Big E in a steel cage. They took that off of the main event hours before the show and they put Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch. They showed that they put all of this time and energy into a video package to pump up Liv. I mean, you started to think, are they going to do this? Are they going to fucking put the strap onto Liv Morgan? The match went exactly 15 minutes. Liv put on the performance of a lifetime, performance of her career. And I say that because wrestling is just a little bit different. And by little, I use that very loosely because it's a lot different than just a regular match where you know you're going to wrestle for 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes. Schmaz fuck finish. You're in there with 7 other females, right? It's an 8 female tag schmaz match. No, when you know that you are the fucking main event, when you hear production tell you that you're getting 15 minutes, when you hear the title is on the line, you're in there with Becky Lynch, you know this is the biggest match of your life. Up to that point. You know the world is not just watching, but they'll be talking about it the next day no matter what fucking happens. And there's an added pressure that subconsciously can weigh you the fuck down. It is like a fucking 10-pound weight that you didn't have previous. And it'll weigh you down throughout the match. There's so many people that'll turn back and they say when they had the moment to shock the world and show the world what they could do, they kind of fell on their face. They wish they had this moment back. They wish they did this differently. Liv Morgan went out there with the world weighing down on her, man. What she has been fighting for years. And Liv Morgan didn't just hit a home run or a 2-run home run with somebody on first base and he hit him home. No, Liv Morgan hit the home run when the bases were loaded. It was grand slam fashion. She did not fuck up in there. She did not let the weight subdue her or take her back a step. She didn't look like there was hesitancy in her game at all. She went full throttle, trusting in her abilities and being confident in her skills. To Liv Morgan, I give a round of a motherfucking applause. That is what I knew lived inside of Liv Morgan when she came back. And for some fucking reason, Vince McMahon said, what about a lesbian storyline with Lana? We'll put him in the fucking wedding between Lana and Bobby Lashley and Rusev. And everybody was like, that's how you bring back Liv? We were thinking she was going to be with Alexa Bliss, ended up playing for Bray Wyatt the Fiend. No, Alexa took that character. Okay. They got something else epic for Liv. No, Liv comes back and starts doing some weird shit with Lana. And ever since, they just utilized her or didn't utilize her in the most insignificant, redundant, fucked up ways possible. She never got an opportunity near this. You can't even count on one hand in the past year, a one-on-one match. You cannot count on one hand a Liv Morgan match that went 10 minutes. You can't. You can't do it. Last night, she got 15. Main event title on the line. Pretty badass, man. For anybody that didn't know a lot about Liv last night, because Vince doesn't allow you to know a lot about her skill-wise and what she can actually do in that ring, after last night, you could pretty much say a star was born there. I don't say that necessarily because I already knew she was a star. I already knew what she could do in that ring. I said that about Ruby Riott, who Vince just let go with the easiest of ease. Easy peasy. Who? Ruby? Get her out of here. Wouldn't be surprised if Ruby Soho ends up winning that fucking title not too long from now. Ruby could be picking up a fucking championship. It'd be justified. And Liv Morgan in WWE, I said the same thing about, man. She was the only member of the Riot Squad that stayed or was able to fucking keep her job. Logan took off. Ruby got fucking canned. And here's Liv Morgan getting a huge match last night with all the pressure in the world on her, but it's what she worked her ass off for. And she believed in herself, man, to do what she did last night. I'm so proud of her, man. So proud of Liv Morgan. So proud of her. And then Vince just did what Vince does. And he just comes up with the most wackiest, stupidest finish imaginable. And that's exactly what happened here, man. But I'll just end the Liv thing on this, man. If you ever questioned how good Liv is, well, there's your answer. Liv Morgan is fucking awesome. I hate the word awesome in pro wrestling because we say it in every match lately and for every wrestler. Liv Morgan is fucking awesome, bro. The spunk in her alone, her presence, the vibe that she brings. I'm almost knocking over JR over here. Sorry, JR. Fucking the vibe alone, bro. And then all of a sudden you see what she can do in the ring and how fans react to her. Now, a lot of Memphis was still learning about Liv Morgan. I totally understand that, man. Marie's already got the fucking fruit going, man. I haven't gotten to the fruit roll-up yet. Hold on to the fruit for now. Keep your fruit for now. But Liv Morgan, bro, Memphis is still, there's a lot of people that are, there's diehard Liv Morgan fans, and then there's a lot of people that don't know a lot about Morgan yet. So that's why a lot of that crowd was kind of like still learning about, but then you see the new who's being called Liv Girl. Do you see that? Or Angry Liv Girl? Which you would think about it, it's actually Angry Bex Girl. And she's taking the place of Angry Miz Kid, Angry Miz Girl. You guys remember the pouty face fucking girl when I believe Miz cashed in on like Randy Orton, I believe. And fucking the Randy Orton fan was like fucking grilling Miz. And that became this huge meme and everything. Well, last night there was an angry Liv girl, which again, if we called it angry Miz girl, then we have to call this angry Bex girl because she's angry at the heel. But there's an angry Bex girl, and she was pissed. Earlier in the match, she was cheering hysterically for Liv Morgan. And when it was all said and done, this fan was like, oh, it was awesome, bro. It was totally fucking awesome. She's already making the rounds in the pro wrestling world, man. So, and that's what I mean about, like, there's this connection with Liv Morgan. So, I mean, she's just awesome. She is, man. And then that's as much praise as I can give somebody for 5 fucking minutes. That's how much BC looks at Liv Morgan. And again, I said this about Zelina, but I covered this in hour 1 in yesterday's live reaction stream. That's why I didn't cover hour 1 here. But Zelina Vega took a W over almost superhero Nikki Cross. I almost won the match. Did you guys see me? I almost won the match. I was like, boom, zoom, kaboom. And then all of a sudden I lost. I was flat on my back. Actually, my shoulders. I got a code red delivered to me. It hurt my noggin. But I almost won. So anyway, Zelina Vega hits a code red, and Zelina Vega is on a winning streak, man. I love that. I love seeing people finally being booked correctly. Zelina Vega has a crown. She's a fucking queen. She's got a championship because she's a champion, and she has a winning streak, a boot. Or 2 boot. Give Liv Morgan, man. Win, loss, it doesn't matter. Keep giving her storyline. She clearly can hit it out of the ballpark, so why not keep pushing Liv Morgan? Anyway, back to this fucking match. Becky defeats Morgan via the awe-inspiring, ultra-devastating Farut roll-up. Now you're asking yourself, BC, I thought we already saw the roll-up a half an hour ago when fucking Gable took a fucking fruit roll-up. Yeah, now you guys can throw your fruit at Vince McMahon. Unleash on the motherfucker now if you want. But Gable just got fucking rolled up by Dominic Mysterio. Why are they going to do the same finish a half an hour later? Because that's what they do. They don't even fucking realize. They don't even care how a match ended a half an hour earlier. That's the fucking problem. They don't even realize it. They don't give a fuck about it. They think we're not going to remember it. That's the sad part. They just think everybody's a fucking sheep. And there is a lot of wrestling fans that are. But bro, what about us that we want to believe the shit? We want to jump into this realm of an awesome finish to culminate what was a pretty damn good match. No, you just get another roll up, man. And she holds the rope. That's the whole deal, man. She holds the rope behind the ref's back. But here's the thing. Again, if you remember this shit, Becky Lynch held the rope or did the same finish to Charlotte Flair a few weeks ago. And then I believe Bianca Belair too. I want to say Bianca, that one ended the same way, but definitely Charlotte. So this would be at least 2 ways of the same, 3 in a row if it's Bianca and Charlie. And each time the referee doesn't give a fuck. You go back and you watch the referee last night. As he's getting down in the pinning position, he never once looked at anybody's shoulders. He looked straight at the mat. That way, he can't look at the Becky holding the rope. So in a way to try to not look stupid, he looked even more stupid. Dude, position yourself on the other side of them so you're looking at the shoulders. And then you could say, oops, I was in the wrong position. I didn't see the hand on the rope. But if you're deliberately on camera staring at the mat as you count, somebody like BC is going to call you out on that. That's tragically bad. Especially when you're doing the same finish that you did to Bianca, the same finish that you did to Charlie, and now for the 3rd time within a month's time frame, you're doing the same exact finish. Somebody like BC, and it's most likely going to be BC, is going to call you out on that shit. That's why I hope people realize this is a bullshit finish to what was an otherwise good match. That is why we have a problem with this. Otherwise, if we didn't see this many fruit roll-ups on every show, I would have probably been okay with that maybe. If we didn't see Becky already do that to 2 other people this month, if we didn't see a roll-up a half an hour earlier or 2 times on SmackDown, 75 times within the last month. If we didn't see as many roll-ups as we do, this could possibly be a good out for Becky and Liv Morgan to get them to another match. Let Becky get that heel victory. Save face for Liv Morgan. Becky squeaked it out, but she had to cheat. She got super lucky and she cheated. But because we see the roll-up all the time, Morgan just looks like an idiot because you gotta know by now that's what you're gonna get beat by. Just train to defend that one move. A hand on a rope should not alter your training to kick out of that roll-up. You're in a championship match. You gotta put your big girl panties on now and kick out of a roll-up. The referee even looks like an idiot nowadays. It's not even just the wrestlers. And Vince thinks he's protecting who? Who's being protected by this? This doesn't protect anybody. They have to stop with the roll-ups. I have been a broken record for the entire year of 2021 and the entire year of 2020 and the entire year of 2019. For the past 3 years, I have been preaching this to anybody in that company. Reach out to the powers that be, man. Grow a set of balls, and you have to somebody stand up to Vince. I can't count on Triple H to do it. No balls Levesque will never stand up to Vince McMahon. Stephanie McMahon has bigger balls than Paul Levesque. I don't know what the fuck the referee was doing in there. That shit's got to stop. He has to be retrained on how to sell, not looking at a fuck finish. You can't be on the same side of their heads and just put your face into the mat. It's not going to work with people like me. So Becky retains, man, and a lot of people were let down. A lot of people are legit pissed that Becky walked away with the title. I said the same thing that I said in the cold open. I'm going to say again. That's the only call that could have been made. Becky had to walk away with the title. This match was hot-shotted to last night. You thought at first when they were feuding that, okay, this is going to go to day one pay-per-view. No, they had a contract signing for 1 week later on Raw, not even the day one pay-per-view. So it got hot-shotted. Becky's whole title win, beating Bianca Belair in 26 seconds at SummerSlam, was to lose it on a Monday Night Raw to Liv Morgan just to give it back to Becky at the day one pay-per-view or Royal Rumble the latest. So basically a 1 month title reign? Because Becky has to have it going into Mania. That's where either Asuka or Bianca Belair or maybe Bayley, that's where these people are going to beat Bianca, right? Makes them up. Maybe it's going to be Liv. I don't know if they can. You can't have a feud last that long, or you should not. They should not be fighting each other 7 more times. But maybe they keep away and then revisit this at Mania. Who knows? But Becky has to be going into Mania, man. I do understand the value in Becky. I'm not personally a Becky Lynch fan. I'm just not. That's not shade to Becky Lynch. I've just never truly been a big Becky Lynch fan. Not like I am with Sasha Banks and like a Britt Baker. I'm just fans of them to another level. Bianca Belair, like a Kairi Sane or an Asuka. I've never been too big on Becky Lynch, but I wholeheartedly agree there's value in her. And if you have a WrestleMania and she's currently your champion and Mania's in 4 months, of course you have her sell those tickets. Liv could not win that just to give it back to her. I don't want to see Liv play hot potato. It devalues the championship. So, I mean, there was people legit frustrated that Liv didn't walk away with the title. And a lot has to do with the way they pumped this up. You see what I mean? Vince knows how to pump something up. Vince knows that if he puts time and energy and effort into something, it's going to captivate people. It's going to at least garner a little bit of interest. Vince McMahon just chooses not to put the time, the energy, and the effort in because he's lazy as fuck. He doesn't want to think about all this shit. That could be really great and epic. You see how this was handled with the tweets with Trish Stratus and being shown on TV, the video package of Liv Morgan before the match, interviewing her mother. I mean, you were slowly getting invested, even if you weren't a Liv Morgan fan. So at the end of it, a lot of you were probably angry Beck's girl. With the fucking pouty face. And you had people actually going, Liv should have won the title last night. And I'm like, well, what the fuck's the booking after that? You're not going to have face Liv show up to WrestleMania. That does nobody any service. So what is she going to do? She's giving it right back to Bex. And if she does last 3 months with the fucking title, I know what's going to happen. You're going to have the fucking, those with the mentality, the attention span of a walnut. You're going to have them going after just 3 weeks. They're just going to be like, well, this title reign is kind of boring to me. I'm done with Liv Morgan. So you can't win. I just wish the finish was better, original, unique, captivating. What was a good build and a good match had a good culminating finish. It's not that much to ask. Finish what you start. And we went off the air that way, man. Liv Morgan is basically in tears. Somebody said, oh, why was Liv Morgan? I saw this in one message board somewhere. I just caught my... Why wasn't Liv Morgan yelling at the ref that Becky held the ropes? Liv didn't know at the time. Go back and watch. Liv Morgan was in the middle of a fruit roll-up. She was having trouble enough trying to get one shoulder a centimeter off the fucking canvas. Like a fucking injured fucking seal or turtle. Flipped over with no hope to get back onto its stomach. And you expect her to look at fucking Becky's hand? She didn't know at the time. She knew something wasn't right, probably. But she didn't know it at the time. So I can't believe we're blaming Liv Morgan for not selling the hand on the rope. Go back and watch. Liv Morgan never actually looked at it. After Raw, she gave a backstage interview for like WWE.com or something. And that's where she said she needed to cheat to win. But I don't think it actually is... It's nothing to get on Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan did everything right last night. And that's very rare for somebody like BC to say about anybody on the WWE roster these days because of the way they're being utilized or not being used. But Liv Morgan did everything right, man. And even WWE did everything right for this main event. They treated it like a main event. Until the finish, they did everything right. Until the fucking roll-up. But everything was done correctly. The build-up, it was the match that had to be in the main event. It was way bigger, in my opinion, than Big E and Kevin Owens in the steel cage. It just was. It felt different. It just felt bigger. And they made it bigger. They gave it the extra time needed, man. They sent the cameras over to interview Mama Morgan. They put that video package that they put out Trish Stratus's tweet. They were pumping it up throughout the night. They did everything correctly here, man. So WWE actually did something correct. Liv Morgan, again, this was a grand slam home run, not just an individual or a 2-run shot or a 3-run shot. This was a grand motherfucking slam. Becky Lynch, it takes 2 to tango. Becky Lynch had a good match with Morgan there. It was just the end culminated, and it was the right decision. Becky had to walk out with the title. And I love Liv Morgan, but that's what has to happen as we come closer to WrestleMania season. It's just the finish. But there's people upset, and good. I'm glad. Hopefully people will stay sticking behind Liv Morgan, man. Hopefully this leads to more. I'm not just talking about another match with Becky at Day 1 or Royal Rumble, because again, you can't have Morgan going into Mania with the title. It doesn't make sense. Have heel Becky going in there and dropping it. So I don't want to just see, I want Morgan. Everybody seems to think because she's not in the title picture, this means she's doomed. But she doesn't have to be. If McMahon would just give people storylines, just because they're not in a title picture doesn't mean they don't get a storyline. I bring this up all the time from the past, man. Big Boss Man. He was never in the title picture. Very rarely, if he was. But I don't recall him ever really being there, cemented there. He was always in some of my favorite storylines with Nails and the Mountie and so many others. In a stablemate of the Heenan family. That's when factions weren't all that too common. Nowadays, especially AEW, every fucking buddy is in a fucking stable or a faction. But some of the best storylines back in the day had nothing to do with the title. I would take Papa Shango versus Ultimate Warrior over most of the shit I see today. Because without a story, we just have two dudes doing shit to each other. Well, that sounds awkward. Give me the story. Why should I care? Otherwise, I don't need to fucking wait to make it on time for a 3-hour show on Monday nights or a 2-hour show on Friday nights. I could literally watch in 90 minutes down at the local bingo hall, my local pizza delivery guy, Luigi Lugnuts, tag team with Paulie Walnuts to take on Fuckwad Fred and Danny Dipshit Dugenheimer. Yes, it's a match I've seen 9,415 times. They pretty much wrestle every Saturday night, but I could see good wrestling. Without the story, you have nothing. Without the fucking story, you have jack shit. You don't need the title to put a story on 2 individuals, or if it's a tag team, 4 individuals. So I really hope this isn't a drop for Liv Morgan. You know, when I started talking about Zelina Vega, and she has a winning streak, and she's being booked properly with the Queen's Tournament, all that shit, she's finally getting a push at least. You know, people were immediately going, oh, she's going to drop next week. It's already... Don't get too used to it, BC. And I'm like, yeah, you know, knowing this company, you could be right. But until it happens, I'm going to be pushing Zelina, and I'm hoping for the best for her. And so far, here we are a month later, and her booking keeps being steady. She's being pushed. Now she has a title. She won again last night. She's starting to find herself again, man. So, you know, I'll get behind these superstars if the company just shows a shred of care. They start with a shred, baby steps. So this does not have to be the downfall of Liv Morgan when she just got to the top of the mountain without a title. Keep pushing her because she showed you she is capable of great things in this fucking business, in that company. And that's the show, guys. We'll see if there's any other topics I want to go over in a minute. But first, before I see if I want to talk about anything else, I saw some VIPs come up in here, man. Derek Fleming Jr. with that 199. What up, Derek? Thank you, bro. Is Veer still coming to Raw? Looks like he veered in another direction. I don't know where these wrestlers are going, but we still need to find out where the fuck Elias is. Last time we checked, he was talking some crazy shit in the middle of the woods, and nobody has found him yet. Some Blair Witch Project going on. And now Veer, he was on it. He was on the highway to come to Raw, and all of a sudden he veered in another direction. Nobody knows where Veer is. Maybe Elias and Veer is going to be a tag team now. They're going to be the woodsiest of woodsmen. That's going to be their names. The woodsiest of woodsmans. They're going to come out with Daniel Bryan lumberjack fucking flannels. Maybe some toy axes. But yeah, man, he's supposed to be still coming to Raw. They don't know what they're doing. Look what happened to, hey, Derek Fleming Jr. Look what happened to Malachi Black, man. They started these vignettes. They started this thing with, who was it? I think it was Big E. I think this is when Big E was still on SmackDown. Yeah, I think it was Big E. So they start a little program, and then he's released. They start this thing with Elias, and then he's gone. He's still missing in the woods. They don't know what they're doing, bro. Everything is so day-to-day, minute-to-minute with Vincent Kennedy. Good luck trying to figure this dude out and what he's going to do next. But yeah, good point there, Derek Fleming Jr. Veer has veered off the course. JR9! What up, JR9? At the tail end, man. My boy JR9 coming up in this, man. My right-hand man on these streams. 5-spot. It's the 4th time Becky has one like that. Pinned Sasha in a triple threat at Crown Jewel. Bianca on Raw, Charlotte at Survivor Series, and now Liv. So JR9 has just corrected, BC. It's not 1, 2, 3 times. 4 times within the last month and a half. Or at least since Crown Jewel, I believe middle of October. So yeah, month and a half tops. 4 times that Becky has won that same exact way. Well, basically, that's her shtick, man. No, you're making everybody look like a fool. Everybody that faces her now knows that that's coming, but yet they still get defeated by it. And number 2, shouldn't the ref by now know that's coming? If you start hearing, if you're an official in the NFL and you start hearing that Tom Brady is deflating balls Every week, he's deflating the balls, right? It's going to make it much easier for Tom Brady, maybe, right? Who knows? Who knows? Quarterbacks like different things. So he's deflating the balls. And you heard about that one week. So the second week, you would think the referees are now looking for that shit. But no, the same thing happens. They win again by 40 points, and you start hearing that Tom Brady and the Patriots, they're deflating balls. It's Deflategate. The third week, you know the officials are going to come whooping that ass, man. They're going to check every ball, man. Every fucking play, they're going to be checking. No, they win by 37 points, and then we find out deflated balls, deflated balls. It's Triple H, everybody. Deflated balls. So now we have the fourth fucking week. And Tom Brady, this is when Tom Brady was with the Patriots, and it was that whole deflating of the balls situation. I understand he's with Tampa Bay now. But when he was with the Patriots in that whole situation, well, now we're at the fourth fucking week. You hear the rumblings. And the referee still ain't catching it. So now what? Do we hear about it for a fifth week, or do we finally come to a culminating decision? What the fuck is going on? That is why it is important. That is why 4 fucking times is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. That is why. Because now the referee looks like an absolute ass clown. The people that Becky is beating cannot stop the one move that they know is going to defeat them. And Becky, I understand she's a heel and she's going to do the weasel way out. But what the fuck is it doing for her? Absolutely nothing. You're not remembering any of these finishes other than for it being the same redundant bad bullshit. That's what we're talking about. So nobody wins with these type of finishes. So JR9 telling me that is huge. It wasn't just 3 times. That's bad enough. 4 times in the last month and a half, Becky won that same exact way. 4 times. Thank you, JR. JDE, 5-spot coffee. JDE, what up, man? Honestly, you have 2 women, Bianca and Liv, who's been rolled up with no kind of payout. So my picture for WrestleMania is cloudy for Raw in comparison to SmackDown's. Yeah, well, for everybody, it's cloudy because we know Becky's going in there, JDE. And you're right, by the way, with Bianca and Liv. But Becky's going in there. Now it's just about who's going to take the title off of her. I mean, chat, would you like to see Liv Morgan actually take it off of her? Would you like to see this again at WrestleMania? So don't have the rematch at Day 1. Don't have the rematch at Royal Rumble. Maybe Liv Morgan wins the Rumble. Would some of you like to see the rematch at WrestleMania and Liv then walks off with it? Maybe a lot of you guys would rather that. A lot of you guys are saying, yeah, I can deal with the Mania, man, and pump up Liv, right? Tell a story now. Pump up Liv. Because this was hot shot. This was with a couple of fucking weeks. Notice, 1 week of contract signing last week, and here we are at the title match. There wasn't enough time to amplify a story up. So I can't tell you this was the right time to put the title on Liv, to be honest. I know she's worked her ass off and has not gotten an opportunity like this, but I can't say that this was any better. This was her opportunity to showcase the world what she has, and she did that last night. This was a major victory and defeat for Liv Morgan. Don't get it twisted. She became a star to so many. But a lot of you guys have her going. All right, well, let me ask you this then. I'm going to make this a little tougher for you guys. I'm just going to give you 3 names. No, 4. 4. I'm going to make this more tough. I'm going to leave other people off that you may want to see, but I'm just going to give you 4 names. Give me 1 name. WrestleMania. Who takes the title off of Becky Lynch? Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Bayley, or Asuka? One of those 4 names only. Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Asuka, or Bayley. At WrestleMania, who would you like to see take the title off of Becky Lynch? Seeing some fucking Asukas up in here, but Liv and Bayley got some love too, man. Got some Biancas coming in hardcore. Nicholas, Ronda Rousey doesn't even look like she wants to come back, bro. She doesn't even know how much time is left on her contract because of the pregnancy. Vince McMahon added another year. She doesn't even know when her contract ends. Ronda Rousey is a guy. We thought she was coming back real soon. Then we heard the official pregnancy announcement. Bailey. Oh, a lot of Asuka, man. Look at the Asuka fucking names coming in, man. Asuka looks like the clear runner. Carlos, much love, but Naomi's on the wrong brand, bro. Naomi is part of the blue brand known as SmackDown. Asuka looks to be the one, man. I got some lives and seeing Bianca's getting that love. Liv and Bianca is getting that love. And no, Bailey's a clear fourth. Wow, you guys don't want... I wonder if it's because you guys want Bailey to... I think you guys also want Bailey to come back as a heel, as do I. So... yeah, Bailey should definitely come back as a heel. But if they do this correctly, man, I'm totally down for Liv Morgan coming back and rocking it. So anyway, JDE, no doubt, bro. And JR, thanks again for that fucking clarification, man. I forgot all about the crown jewel fucking pin bullshit. Yo, Scooter McGee, $4.99 coffee. The build-up to Kane versus Undertaker at WrestleMania 14 and the subsequent Inferno match was never about a title. It was all about character development and story. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Kane versus Undertaker, just one of so many that you can look back at and go, damn, that was amazing. And it wasn't even about a title. Just about good superstar versus good superstar in a damn good culminating match with a big badass story hanging over their heads. Pretty badass. You look at Vince McMahon and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Some of that feud was over titles and Vince not wanting Stone Cold to be champion. The other fucking half was just the animosity they had. It was more fun when the title wasn't in the fucking end accomplishment, the end goal. It was just about this rebel and this fucking boss. No joke there, Scooter McGee. I mean, there's so many awesome feuds that had nothing to do with the title. I need another fucking coffee already, man. Fuck, that's gonna be my number 4 already. Maybe we'll get a fucking latte next. Scooter McGee, good fucking point with Kane, Undertaker in the WrestleMania 14 build-up. Fitness information, 2-spot. Thank you, Fitness Information. MJF and CM Punk promos are better than WWE's. Well, you're not wrong because of what we saw with Edge and Miz last week. It's almost like they were just trying to copy that or at least play off of it. And you don't need to do that. Tell your own story. So Fitness Information, you're not wrong when you see people trying to like take your shit. Yeah, man. You're gonna be hard pressed to find somebody disagreeing with you. That's why CM Punk and MJF are, they hit a grand slam with that promo. Last week MJF was reaching. I feel like that was way too scripted. I think it was too the fruit was too low hanging. I should say. I can speak. The jokes were kind of weak. I'm done with him bringing up Britt Baker all the time. You see Adam Cole, baby. He sent out a message over to MJF. He said, I'm going to punch you in your mouth if you bring up Britt Baker again. I love that, bro. But he is right. I mean, how many times can you bring up... If I'm Britt Baker, I'm like, dude, come on. You're taking away from my esteem, man. I'm the women's champion over here. People look at me as badass in the women's division, and now I'm just like a punchline for your feud. So Adam Cole is even like, dude, stop that shit. Almost 200 on the ups, too, man. I appreciate that shit, dude. I forgot to mention that in the last 45 minutes. Probably should have. Nobody pays attention anymore because they took away the fucking dislike and we can't see that. I think there's a way. I got to go through like one screen to get to another screen to get to another. I never looked at the dislikes anyway, to be honest with you. I never did. I always had tunnel vision. I always just saw the love that my amp unit was giving. I never even viewed the dis. So everybody's all upset that the dislike is gone. I never looked at it. My amp unit showed the love, and that's all that mattered, man. I knew I was making people cry salty tears, and that was awesome, too. So, I appreciate the people that still, look at it and give BC the love, man, because I still appreciate it. So, and especially, you don't have to get BC a coffee or anything like that. I appreciate that. It's not needed. But if you want to smash that up and show that love to BC for screaming for a couple hours every stream or an hour every video, I fucking appreciate it, man. And the fact that a couple hundred of you guys have already done that, man, pretty fucking cool. Before I go on, man, hold on. I saw another highlight. I think that was Strict Tango. Let me see here. Hold on. I think Strict Tango is showing that love with a 5-spot coffee. It is Strict Tango. BC, I'm glad to catch the stream live. Strict Tango, I'm glad you're up in here, man. Thank you for the coffee. AEW is watchable because of long-term booking and captivating storylines. Also, imagine MJF WWE scripted promos. I couldn't. I got a little taste of that last week with MJF. I feel like that was far worse than what him and Punk did the week previous. I think they were stretching last week. So I don't want to see MJF ever have to be booked in such a box where his promos have to be so forced. I hope I never have to see that. And I agree with AEW, by the way. Absolutely better storylines, long-term. Not always flawless, but I don't expect them to be. They're still a young company, you know. These days, you can't even say anything about AEW. People fucking cry extra fucking salty tears, which turns BC on even more. But some people like to think AEW does no fucking wrong. Wrong, BC says. Check yourself at the door. AEW absolutely does wrong, and BC's going to be right here to fucking tell you that. But yeah, I absolutely agree, man. Strict Tango, they do a lot better than WWE over the last 2 years, which happens to be their inception. Strict Tango, I appreciate it, man. Right at the tail end of the stream, Strict Tango showing that love. I thought I saw Strict Tango come up too, man. I know I wasn't seeing shit. Flips one, $4.99 coffee. Flips one at the tail end, man. What up, BC? Yo, Flips one, what up? How you doing, huh? Flips one says, what up, BC? Sorry, this isn't about wrestling, but who do you think will make it to the Super Bowl? I'm not just saying this because I'm a fan. I mean, they're one of, if not the best team in the league right now at 9-3. And I know Arizona's right there too, but I got to say my Green Bay Packers, man. You see the G? I got the workout gear right now on, man. So I can sweat it out, man. I came from the gym in my 4th coffee, and I came right into to filming this stream for you guys. But yeah, I got to say my Green Bay Packers. And for the AFC, fuck, bro. Man, KFC. I went to say KC. I came out KFC. Man, I was going to say Kansas City, but they're not looking that great. They're showing signs of life, but the first part of the season... guys, who do you have for the AFC, man, real quick? Who the hell could even take my Packers on in the Super Bowl? Isn't the AFC kind of looking rough? Who's the front runners, man? Yeah, the Patriots are 4 losses, right? I think Patriots won yesterday. They defeated last night. They defeated the Bills. So I think that's 4 losses for Patriots. So that's not bad. Chargers, you think? What's the Chargers record? Does anybody know the Chargers record? I can't be looking this shit up right now, man. I got to trust my unit on this. Yeah, Pats have 4 losses. So yeah, that's actually not that bad. A lot of people have 4 losses at least, and that's what I mean, man. The Packers being 3. And by the way, man, the Packers should have beat the Vikings in Kansas City. Rodgers was out. We all know why he had to be out for that week. Variants. So he tested positive, so he was out. And you see what Jordan Love, how bad Jordan Love was, and we still only lost by a few points. So we should have won. We would have won that with Aaron Rodgers. And then the Minnesota Viking game, we got fucked over on that last minute interception that got reversed. That was fucked up. We won that. So technically, I have my team is at 11-1. 7-5 for the Chargers. Thank you, guys. So maybe hey, Packers Patriots then, man. Let's do it. Let's do it, bro. Let's do it. Packers Patriots. It's a Vince McMahon rematch. Super Bowl 31. The Packers defeated the Patriots 35-21. And BC fucking had a parade. So let's do the rematch of Super Bowl 31, man. Packers Patriots. At that time, Brett Favre was holding the Lambeau or the fucking Lombardi trophy over his head. This time it would be Rodgers over the Patriots. Anyway, who was that? Let me go back. Flips won. That's my Super Bowl. Packers, Patriots, man. Thank you, Flips1. Carlos ran another coffee 5. Carlos says, BC, how about a live review for AEW Dynamite? Much love, salute. Right back to you, Carlos. You know that. Wednesdays are harder for me. That's why, Carlos. Wednesdays, I literally don't get back, if I'm lucky, to the studio office maybe 8:05, 8:10. Most of the time, I'm late catching AEW. That's why, like a few weeks ago, you guys were like, BC, you missed the Omega promo at the jump of the show. And I'm like, yeah, I missed it because I literally missed it. So there's no way I could go live. If I just get through the door 5-10 minutes late and then I got to rush to put the stream together and then I'm starting 20-30 minutes into the show, it's not good. But Carlos, if I'm ever like not late, because Wednesdays I'm always late catching AEW. My businesses takes me out of the city. But if I'm ever really early or I'm home for the day or whatever, I always tell you, Carlos, stay subscribed and notified, not just you, but everybody, because you never know when BC's going live. So, Carlos, it's possible, but Wednesdays are very difficult for me. But that would be fun, bro. In fact, eventually I'm going to have to do it just because I've already done an NXT one for half their show. I've done an hour for Raw. I want to do SmackDown next. Fridays are a little bit more lenient for my schedule. I think eventually I'm going to have to, Carlos, no doubt. JDE, 5-Spot Coffee. JDE says, I consider myself a part of the unit, so I'm saying this. Give me Sasha versus Trish or Charlie at WrestleMania 38. He says Charlotte at WrestleMania 38. She's a face now, so give me my moment. So you're saying Sasha versus Trish or Sasha versus Charlotte? Is that what you're saying, JDE? Or Trish versus Charlotte? Because I thought we saw Trish versus Charlotte in the past. Just not, I don't know if that was WrestleMania or not. JDE, are you still in the chat? Can you tell me who you want Charlotte to face? Or is it either one of them? Maybe he's not in the chat anymore. I'm on a fucking delay anyway, so who knows if I'm even able to see it, but... Sasha versus Trish or Sasha versus Charlotte? Just give me the win. Oh, I got you, JD. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Sasha has to get a fucking WrestleMania. So, yeah, I would agree. Sasha has to get her moment, bro. At this point, I don't even give a fuck if it's against a cucumber. She needs a WrestleMania singles moment, bro. I mean, even Bianca Belair, she did the job for Bianca. So, JDE, no doubt, man. I can't find a lot of fault in that. At least with Charlie. I'm not saying that I personally would want to see Charlie versus Sasha at Mania, but at least we know they're going to rock out. We know that they have some damn good matches. You guys brought up, when I brought up who would you like to see in an Iron Woman match, an Iron Man match, what two females? Even if you cross-promoted. You guys reminded me that Charlotte and Sasha actually had a 30-minute Iron Man match. So we know they could bang it out. JDE, I don't see a lot of fucking lies detected there. Sasha just has to have her fucking moment, bro. And Big Nang, 5-Spot Coffee. Big Nang's up in this bitch. Good to see you up in here, dude. What's up, BC? What up, Big Nang? Missed Raw, but good thing didn't miss the chat. What's going on now here? Big Nang, chat's on fire. We're all having a fucking, just a good time, man. A better time than watching Raw. And unfortunately, Big Nang, I don't know when you tuned in, but I am done with the review. Hour number 1, we did live in the stream yesterday. And this review was just hour 2, hour 3. We talked all about Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch. And we also talked about Miz and Edge and just all of the bullshit. The RK Bronament. Yeah, that's a real thing, Big Nang. So check it out if you didn't catch all of it later, Big Nang. This will be up on the channel later, dude. Thanks for showing that support. Thank you for the coffee. Big Nang, a tried and true personified. So always good to see you up in here. Especially at the tail end, bro. You just caught BC. Carlos, another 5-Spot. Carlos, man. Hold on, what's Carlos saying, man? Carlos says Gabriella is asking any chance of you doing Impact. Here's the thing, Gabriella, and I'm going to be as honest as I always am with you guys, all right? This may be kind of brutal for Impact Wrestling fans. Not meant to be. I really don't have a beef with Impact. Other than Josh Matthews, I don't have a beef with Impact. In fact, I think they do their ladies wrestling pretty fucking phenomenally. They have a damn good solid roster. They have for years with the females. But man, the thing with Impact is they just don't have the audience. If people don't give a fuck, then why the fuck would I spend all the time, the effort, and the energy? AEW is struggling to get 1 million viewers. AEW, with a billionaire backing them, with CM Punk just joining the fray, Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole, baby, Malachi Black, rumors of Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda. Nothing's working. Nothing. They're comfortably put between that 750 to 900,000 ratio. But I still do their shows because to me, they have done so much better than worse. They've done so much more good than bad with their shows. Tony Khan has been better than he has not been. I can put that stock in Tony Khan. And if the right stories are put in place and we can reignite the wrestling business, Tony Khan and AEW is in a good position to knock McMahon on his ass and finally wake him up from this fucking coma he's been in for 10 years with WWE. So I feel that it's my responsibility to keep promoting AEW. I don't want to put out reviews like I did last week when it just, to me, was a boring show. And I have to review that. And even AEW fans get upset. Fuck you, Beastly. I'm unsubscribing. Oh, you're going to unsubscribe because a reviewer, a brutally honest reviewer was brutally honest and didn't sugarcoat the fucking show? Then hit the bricks. You ain't got to tell me. Just hit the bricks. If you can't handle amplified truth, you can't be here anyway, and I was going to kick you out no matter what. So it sucks when I have to give a bad review, but I hardly ever have to do that because 9 out of 10 at least, Tony Khan and AEW is pretty fucking good. Usually they're the best show out of the week. So that's why I do AEW. I know a lot of people are thinking, well, BC used to say he only covers a show that does 1 million in viewership. Well, AEW doesn't do that, BC, not even close anymore. Now you know why. I can't just start doing every promotion like that, though. I knew that Impact was never really going to have a chance to knock Vince McMahon on his ass. They had one chance several years ago, and unfortunately it faded out. So it sucks that I have to say that, man. ROH would have been close, and ROH is a very small promotion. ROH, because I just fucking loved them. And the wrestlers that were in that promotion, I just love them. There was something about them. And right before they announced they were going out of business, basically, right? We're going to be back next year with no fucking talent signed. I hope they do come back. But right before they announced that, BC said, I want to start something with them, definitely. And I was going to actually reach out. And unfortunately, a couple weeks later, they couldn't hang anymore. So anyway, that was a long-winded answer, man. It sucks when I can't cover every promotion, but my time is limited, man. And you guys see how much time I give in these reviews. WWE alone takes fucking hours because it's so befuddling. There's so much to talk about, and I wish it was in a good way. And then you talk about AEW, and there's a lot to talk about usually in a good way. So by the time you start talking about a third promotion, NXT, for instance, I'm like, dude, I can't cover every NXT show because it's just the viewership isn't there. There's not a demand for it. Anyway, Carlos asking for Gabriella, and much love, Gabriella. One of my tried and trues who I often see in the chat. Is Gabriella still up in here? Gabriella Valentine, I see you. Much love and respect. Thank you for that question through the vehicle of Carlos. It's a double mutual respected coffee sent to BC. Yeah. What up, Gabriella and Carlos? Thank you. Hold on. I'm not done yet, though, man. There's other VIPs. Hold on. Oh, no. I just lost my big screen here for a second. Hold on. Fucking refresh that shit. Oh, there's an ad playing on my... Oh, no way. Are they actually allowing ads? No. No. What? My video is green. They're allowing ads for the thousands that are going to end up watching this over the next 24 hours. They're going to watch advertisements. Well, thank you. Wow, this is a fucking... Are they being a little less lenient? I wish they would promote the video when it's live. I know for a fact they're not doing that to everybody, because I still have people that are notified. They have the bell rung. They're not being notified. Hold on, I got some more VIPs. I'm not done yet. I just got to find you guys, man. I had to refresh everything. Clutch City Fan. What up, Clutch City Fan? Haven't seen you in a minute, dude. 5-Spot Coffee. Today is my birthday. Stopping by for a second at work to say what's up, Amp Unit. Congrats on 5 years, BC. We just celebrated 5 years on the platform last week. So Clutch City Fan is showing that love with a coffee. Clutch City, kick ass at work, A, and B, more importantly, happy birthday, bro. You guys got any cool birthday emojis you can throw over to Clutch City Fan? They're always coming up with something on these fucking smartphones. Anyway, Clutch City Fan, some love being sent at you through my unit, man. Happy birthday, dude. And thank you for the call. Dude, on your birthday, you're throwing a coffee at BC, dude. And on your birthday, you're stopping by to smash that like just to show that love. You fucking rock, man. That doesn't go unnoticed. I appreciate it. You got some birthday cakes, some streaming confetti, fucking coffees being sent your way. Clutch City Fan. So hopefully you're feeling all that love right back, bro. Thank you guys, man. Damn, there's emojis I've never even seen before. What the fuck is that? Is that a Cinnabon? Is that from the Cinnabon place in the mall? What is that fucking brown thing? Then again, I don't want to know. I should never even utter those words with emojis. You got cake, cupcakes, some fucking wine being sent your way. There you go. All seriousness, Clutch City Fan, man. Happy birthday, man. Kick ass at work, and thank you for showing that love, man. Stopping by even for a second to show that up, man. You rock. JDE, back, man, with a 5-Spot Coffee says, make no mistake. I prefer Sasha Charlotte for the title. It needs to be a big win. I don't want another Stone Cold Hall moment. Yeah, that would be just bogus. I don't want to see Sasha and Charlotte at a WrestleMania. I've just seen it 100 times, but I totally respect... I respect what you would like to see, JDE, and if it ever happens, man, at least I know that one of my tried and trues is going to enjoy this, man. So that really does make me happy in that aspect. I would want something different for Sasha. Not going to lie, bro. That'd be one of the last matches I would probably want to see. But I understand. And Sasha winning the championship just has to happen. Thank you, JDE, man. Another coffee. And the clarification, JDE wants Sasha Charlotte at Mania. I've just seen it so many times. Thomas the Gazelle 2-Spot. Here's a 2-Spot on a coffee run. Thomas the Gazelle. It's basically a Dunkin', bro. 225, 250. Thomas the Gazelle, thank you for the coffee, bro. Good to see you up in here, man. You know that. Strict Tango with another 2-Spot. Becky, Charlie are overbooked. Who can't elevate others? They just don't. Vince doesn't allow them to, and I don't think they speak up that fucking drastically to tell Vince that this booking is going to be bad. I go back to SummerSlam. Becky should have known that beating Bianca in 26 seconds was just wrong. So we can easily say, yeah, Vince is the one who's making all the calls. He is. But somebody in Becky's position who just signed $1 million fucking dollars, she has to know. Hey, Vince, maybe this isn't the best idea. Maybe the man shouldn't come around right now. So Strict Tango, you ain't wrong, bro. Truth being spoke. Somehow, I think I got everybody, man. You guys showed the fuck up, man. We are headed toward 2 fucking hours. And let's not forget, I already did the first hour review last night on the live stream of the first hour. Check that out. But this was only 2 hours of the show, man. And we still went a couple fucking hours, man. You guys are fucking amazing, man. And Big Nang keeps the party going. 5-Spot. If we get Reigns versus Brock for the 87th time, I don't mind another rehash of Sasha versus Charlie feud. And this time, Sasha on top. Well, that's basically what JDE just said. So Big Nang, you're with him. So there's a couple of AMP unit members that I'd be happy for. Again, I personally would not want to see Sasha and Charlotte at a WrestleMania, and especially Big Nang. If you're saying that we're already going to get, not that Big Nang is saying this, but he's saying if we were to get Roman and Brock again, not just for the 87th time, as Big Nang put it, but again at a WrestleMania. If we're already getting that redundant match at Mania again, then now I have to see another redundant match like Charlie and Sasha? So two wrongs don't make a right here, Big Nang. But I totally get, man. It sounds like you guys are kind of Charlie fans, Charlotte Flair fans, or at least a little bit. You still want her to lose from Sasha, which is at least good. At least you know that. But, I mean, if you just want to see Charlotte in that big money match at Mania, then it's what you want to see. You know what I mean? Nobody can tell you you're wrong in how you feel about your card at WrestleMania. I just think booking-wise, man, I can get so creative with Sasha Banks. Charlotte Flair in 2022 at WrestleMania, I personally can do way better than that. But Big Nang, I appreciate that, dude. And Big Nang isn't even closing up the party. Strict Tango is closing up the party with a 2-spot. Eddie Guerrero versus Shawn Michaels would have been epic. Well, Strict Tango, that's just goosebumps, bro. That's fucking goosebumps. Have they ever taken each other on one-on-one? JR or anybody, man. Guerrero and Michaels, no, because Michaels was retired by then, wasn't he? Wait, before I move on, confirm that for me. Because that's a goosebumps match, bro. And if they did wrestle, I'm going back and watching that. Because for some reason, I don't remember it. No, you guys are saying no. Okay, that's why I don't remember it. Yeah, man. Wow. That's a goosebumps match, man. There's dream matches, and then there's just goosebump matches, man, where you just think of two dudes and you're like, an Iron Man, a 60-minute Iron Man match just has to happen, right? Like, there's just some dudes that, because I bring up Iron Man match because I've been talking about a lot lately. Like, eventually I want to see Omega and Bryan Danielson in an Iron Man match. I want to see the ladies have another one soon. And you just hear Shawn Michaels and Eddie Guerrero, man. Come on, bro. Yeah, that would be phenomenal, dude. Strict Tango. Think about that match, huh? Clearly you already have. Now you got the unit thinking about something. What could have been? Trev Reigns, 5-spot coffee to end this motherfucker, man. Trev Reigns, so appreciative, man. Trev Reigns says, I would rather see Sasha Banks versus Trish Stratus at WrestleMania and not Charlotte Flair again. Give Sasha Banks someone new. Well, you know how I feel, Trev, or you should anyway, man. Trish, Sasha, Mania. I've already said that a million times. I'll probably say it a million more. I would love, probably nothing more than to see Sasha and Trish Stratus. Was it the Royal Rumble when they had that face-off before? And just the crowd, you could feel the electricity fucking just cascading off of everybody in attendance. And we were feeling that electricity at home or wherever you were watching the Royal Rumble, I believe it was. And Trish and Sasha face-to-face, because everybody knows that's the dream matches of dream matches for the females. Everybody knows that's the match. And I don't want to put words into her mouth because I respect her too much, but I don't think we've seen the last of Trish Stratus. So could you imagine if that match was with Sasha Banks? Fucking epic. But yeah, Trev Reigns. Couldn't agree more, man. But you know I've already said that a million motherfucking times. Big Nang, 10-spot, man. So Big Nang is going to close this motherfucker up with a double coffee, 10-spot. Big Nang, much love. One more thing, been bothering me, BC. People always talk about Sasha and Bianca main eventing WrestleMania 37. But why they don't talk about Taker and Styles main eventing WrestleMania 36? Taker and Styles deserve recognition too. Well, I think for Taker Styles, though, wasn't that the a boneyard match or something? I think it was called. So I think people knew that. What did that end? Night number one? What the fuck was it, Taker? Was somebody confirm this for? I think that was night number one's main event, right? AJ Styles versus Taker. I think that was night number one. Boneyard cinematic. Yeah, Baca, yeah. Right, but I think that was the main event of night one, if I can remember correctly. So you're saying, Big Nang, people always talk about Sasha and Bianca main eventing 37. So you're saying they're talking about it in a bad way, like they shouldn't have? Big Nang, if you're still in the chat, man, let me know if you're talking about, people are talking about it negatively, like Bianca and Sasha should not have main evented the first night of WrestleMania. Try to get this right for you, man. Even if it takes a few extra minutes, I am on the delay. If Big Nang is still up in here. Yeah, Gabriella, that was a really good cinematic. Yeah, that was really fun, man. And I think that's why Taker was like, fuck. Taker didn't want that to be the last match at first, man. He knew he was still going to come back a couple times a year. But after that, he was like, well, this is the way to go. AJ Styles is amazing. This year, you wouldn't have known it because he just tied at the hip to fucking Omos. Big Nang, I don't see it coming up in here, man. So I'm just going to think that you're talking about people talking about it negatively. So I don't know why they're talking about it negatively when Taker and Styles delivered too, though. So you can't say anything about Taker and Styles for sure because that more than delivered. I also felt that Sasha and Bianca did as well. So they're just shitting on it maybe because it's a women's match and maybe they just they feel some type of way when women are around their TV. Maybe that's it. Maybe they think women have cooties. I don't know, Big Nang. I wish I could help you there, bro, but no negative. Just saying I meant Taker and Styles should get more recognition in publicity like how the women did. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, but it's AJ Styles and Taker, though. So I think, I don't know how much more public. I mean, that was the talk of the town the next day. Everybody was talking about how amazing that match was. Go back and check out my review on it. You know Big Day, you've seen it. So, I mean, you got to remember, this was a huge moment where this was the first ever singles women match to main event WrestleMania. The first ever. You know, the first actual women's main event was a triple threat. They ended up adding in, it was Ronda, Becky, and who the fuck was in that shit, man? Why am I drawing a blank? Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte Flair. How could I forget that? Vince McMahon literally just fucking brought her out. A week before or 2 weeks, he's just like, and here's a third participant. Charlie Flair. And we're like, wait, what? Just give us Becky and Ronda at the main event. So, I don't know. Big Nang, I don't think I'm totally understanding because I was talking about AJ Styles personally and Taker. I know a lot of people were talking about how big of a deal it was, and afterwards it was talked about how big of a deal. And then Sasha and Bianca, first match ever for the ladies to one-on-one main event Mania. Of course that's going to be talked about, bro. It's fucking huge! And it delivered! Big Nang, appreciate it, man. Now, let's see if I got everybody there, man. I think I got caught up with everybody. Somehow. You guys came fucking rocking. Let me just check something, and then we got to take off, man. We got a lot to do today. I know you guys do too, man. I already kept you guys here well over 2 hours now. Still a fucking couple of hundred jamming with BC. Damn. You guys are the best. See if we got anything, man. Is this Booker T is reacting to Big E's comments on AEW. What? Big E made news stating that WWE needs to step up their game due to the introduction of AEW. So Booker T responded to Big E and said, you can't go in the ring and have the same character in the ring when you're working with one of 3 top guys. Now, all that has to go out the window. After the 1, 2, 3, you can go back to doing your dance or whatever. When the bell rings, all that stuff ends. Guys are going out there and really trying to play their in-ring the way it really needs to be played out. And I think that's what AEW forces WWE to do. After there was no competition, I never thought about it, Booker said. I never thought about whether I needed to work hard or not. I just knew I went out and worked. I knew I didn't have to go out there and think about doing anything extra. I probably did put the brakes on just a little bit. Just a little bit. But because I knew my job was secure, I knew I was high up on the card. I wasn't thinking about getting fired or anything like that. What the fuck is Booker T saying? All right, so that's what Biggie is saying. WWE needs to step up their game. It's exactly what he's saying, man. We don't need Booker T to confirm that or question Biggie. Big E said everybody's got to step up their game because AEW is kicking ass lately. I think that's pretty fucking plain to see by everybody. Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane is in the news, man. What is Kairi saying? Sane recently announced she is launching a 24-hour fitness gym. Fuck yeah. Sane changed her Instagram handle from Kairi WWE to official Kairi. So she got rid of the WWE. The whole contract, it's all over. The handcuffs are off. And updated her bio on Twitter to bill herself as a former WWE superstar and WWE NXT Women's Champion. It should be noted that she still has WWE listed in her Twitter handle, but that change could be in the works. Sane also fueled speculation on her return to the ring when responding to a fan who said they hope to see Sane back in a wrestling ring someday. Sane simply responded with a winking face emoji. Oh, she's not done, especially if she's building a fucking gym. She's going to stay in shape. She's going to whoop that ass. I think that's all the, I don't know. If there's any other big news, man, we'll do an impromptu video at some point, man. But for now, guys, I'm going to end this shit so you guys could go about your day, man. 2+ hours. I really do appreciate that. Hold on, man. Quincy Gray. A coffee right at the tail end. Quincy motherfucking Gray, dude. Thank you, Quincy, man. Which Taker is the best? Lord of Darkness Taker or American Badass Taker? All right, here it goes, Quincy. The very first ever original Undertaker is my favorite. That is when he came down with the gray gloves, the gray fucking, the boot fucking covers. He would never blink, never blinked. He had the extra eyeshadow on like he was literally coming from a fucking casket or a coffin. And he never blinked. He sold nothing. That was the best fucking Undertaker. The second, I would say, absolutely the, as you call it, the Lord of Darkness or the Ministry of Darkness Undertaker. I just love that goatee all the way down to here, man. The heel, he had his own fucking group behind him. I mean, it was just, you were in awe of this dude in a whole nother spectrum. Unbeknownst that we could even feel for this dude. And then American Badass, because it was so different and it actually worked. It actually fucking worked. So he became like a whole new wrestler with the American Badass. And he still catapulted in the main event like nothing. He didn't lose a step and we didn't look at him any differently. So that's my kind of, those are my three, man. Because there's been many variations. Even when he was kind of in the whole Kane storyline, that was like a different version of Taker too. There was the one where he was wearing the purple gloves and the purple boot covers. And it just seemed like it was a different Taker at that point in time as well. So I mean, personally, I have like 5 different Undertakers, but that would be my top 3, man. The Gray, when he first came onto the scene, 89, I think it was, maybe 90. It was at the Survivor Series in Hartford, Connecticut, I believe. And then Ministry of Darkness, Lord of Darkness, and then American Badass. That's got my kind of list for the Undertaker. Definitely. Good question, Quincy Gray, man. Variations. That's when you know somebody is an amazing wrestler. When they can change up their character 76 times and still never lose a beat. I say that all the time with Chris Jericho. How many times has Chris Jericho changed his character up? And every fucking time it turns out to be amazing. Just when you think he's done, he comes up with the list of Jericho. You just made a list! Festival of Friendship with Owens. I mean, this dude just is fun. Goes over to AEW. This dude's in a fucking Broadway musical. He's got spikes on his leather jacket. I mean, this guy's having a fucking stadium stampede match. Guy's 50-something years old. Chris Jericho just doesn't... Sting. I know it's only been a couple of variations, but Sting. Everybody knows how badass the Crow Sting is. I still call him Crow Sting. My favorite variation is Surfer Sting from the 80s, early 90s WCW. The bleach beach blonde hair and the fucking the electrifying neon colors. Surfer Sting was my favorite. Fuck, the Crow Sting's on another level, a different level of amazing. My point is, man, the best wrestlers in the world. But yeah, did somebody say Wyatt? I don't know. I'm on a delay, but somebody should have said Bray Wyatt. It doesn't matter, man. If you can forget about Husky Harris, everything Bray Wyatt touches is fucking gold. If Vince McMahon just allowed him to win the big matches, everybody would be happy right now. Wyndham would still have his job in WWE. But Bray Wyatt is so fucking creative. Wyndham Rotunda, that he's that type of... There's certain individuals that just... It doesn't matter how they change up their character, it's going to work. Mick Foley at the same time used to play 3 different characters. Mankind, Dude Love, and Cactus Jack. 3 characters at once. I mean, if you're good, man, you're going to play it off. Everybody's favorite Stone Cold Steve Austin is probably when he was coming out with the beer truck, filling Vince McMahon's Corvette with the cement, coming in with a monster truck and riding over Vince McMahon's limousine around that time, right? Because he had just been, he just had his neck pretty much snapped by Owen Hart via a pile driver, and he really couldn't wrestle a lot. So that was creative's way. And back then, they were actually creative. Vince Russo and everybody was doing some fun shit. And they said, well, why sit him at home? Let's use him. So every week, Stone Cold, he couldn't wrestle. A lot of people didn't know that. A lot of people just thought this was the story they came up with him from the start. No, he was fucked up and he couldn't do a lot. So from that, he started to do all these little things every week, and it started captivating people. But for a lot of people, that's the best Stone Cold. For me, it's when he turned heel and he started doing the what? He was the best. He was paranoid, dude. He always thought somebody was fucking trying to get that spot. He always thought somebody was for the title. He never trusted anyone, anything. That was my favorite Stone Cold. It wasn't even when he was fucking up Vince McMahon in that feud or storyline. So I don't know what the fuck made me bring that up. Oh, Quincy Gray, man. See, you get a question like that from Quincy Gray, and BC starts going for 10 fucking minutes. Anyway, I gotta end this shit because now we're going toward 2 hours and a half. So, much love, guys. And this is what time? Oh, man, it's already past. I'm so late, bro. Oh, well. My unit showed up and showed out, bro. BC's going to give my unit that time. Much love, everybody. I'm about fucking 31 minutes late. Don't tell anybody. We got to rock out. Much love to everybody, man. Thank you for all the coffees, dude. You don't got to, but it's highly appreciated. You know that. And thank you guys for everybody who just even took a moment just to push the what do you call it? The like, even though they took away the dislike, so people think nobody looks anymore. I do look at the fucking likes. I always have. You know, I never looked at the dislikes because it's just salty tears. I always looked at what my unit was showing the love. So, I mean, just because they took away the dislike, don't think that I'm not appreciative of all you taking a moment to smash that. Because I am. All right, so always remember that, man. And just for everybody, man, this went over 2 hours, and the entire time we had a few hundred the entire time, man, on a fucking a Raw that was what we just talked about. In the middle of the fucking morning/afternoon, and you guys still showed up. And the tube doesn't even promote the fucking video, and you guys still showed up. You guys showed the thousands that are about to come in and watch this non-live. You just showed them that we rocked out during this stream, so I appreciate it. All right, now I'm just making myself more late. Salute to all you guys. We'll do this again in the future. Stay subscribed and notified. More content to come this week. For now, check you.